Lucy Gardner, Lucy Jones, Martha Cottock, Olivia Johnson.
Jacob's coming! Oh! I'm bigger! Yes. Keep it!
Oh my God!
You finished the shot of the class of 2005.
Loads!
And a ball roster.
Be careful with that.
That's it. If you're closer, you don't have to absolutely hammer it.
Back to the line, but balling come across his strike. Charging through that final straight, he's going to take the race home. This one is right, 14-4. On the ball. This is like heading towards our final turn, TNT. Manages to make race 3 on track side. Sorry, you into Diddy and Marcus. Stevenson 1, 2, 3. The wrong out of half. Where are we? Putting the pressure through the final straight coaches. The 14-year-old boys, down to it. No, what isn't going to hang on is Alfie Donga. Young in that third spot, battling with Josh Wallet. On track to 3 and 4. Tina is there in 5. Harriet Alexander just left us all too much to do. Come back now. 94-year-old Cruiser B final hits the track. It looks like we have something right out of Peterborough out of lane number 1 on the course on the tricky 0 plate. Looking good into turn number 1, but it's going to be Wales leading this one out. That's Wales. For Patrick, this is the Gospel BMX Club. He's going to lead it towards turn number 2. Peterborough's very coming there with that 2 for the 3. They're looking like that could be a hanging standing stack. The 18 plate is Burton Walsh. RTR Resilient Team Racing is going to round out the top 4 spots with Swales. Down the final straight, looking good to pick up this key final win as he's put under pressure from top. Thompson in the line. Swales 4-2. Big Burr in there in that 1 spot. It looks like we've got the 1X of Harding in there in 2. The 824 in 3. Lewis Hughes had a crank BMX coaching. He's been chased down by the Alright, B-final for the 15 and 16-year-old cruisers heading down the hill. So Reese, McSwitty, Byrne, Anthony, Notman, Westwood and Wood. Cut Lewis off mid-commentary. Sorry, Lewis. Yeah. I just jumped in and started. Right, Alfie Sim anyway. In and out the turn we go. McSwitty in there in 2. Think that's Stanwood in there in 4. For Alfie Sim, his old bicycle motocross, bringing it down to the line. B final, all in there. 17 to 29-year-old Caruso. Looks like we've got Connor Blythe in there in that 2-spot. Jack LeBras in there as well. In about 4 or 5 at the moment, chasing down Matt McHughes, who's in there in 3. It looks like that could be a Lloyd Freeman on the 26th plate in there in 4. Chasing McHugh on the exit of turn number 2. I'll carry on the start. Brown, Blythe, that's going to be 1 and 2 to bring it out to the line with Matt McHugh rounding out the podium spots. 17. All right, that's good, yeah. Radcliffe, Jackson, Hedges, Maloney, Elwood, Allison, Hyam, and McCartney. I think actually Alexis has gone to hospital. She had her arm in a sling. So out of Radcliffe, Charlotte Jackson, Hannah Hedges, that is your 1, 2, 3. Smiley Maloney in 4. Who's got in 5? It's Jamie Elwood. But Radcliffe and Jackson going to go 1 and 2 to the line. Who's going to pick it off at the right? Oh, out of Radcliffe. Coach, it's a turn number 1, Curtis Plus Women's Cruiser B final. On track then, Chizzy leads them out. Nicola Wheeler in there in that 2-spot, looking for a way around the outside, and I think she's found it. Chizzy now doing the chaser then into turn number 2. It is Abby Hill in 3, who's picking up the 4 to 17 over Karen Evans out of Cornwall BMX Club. Army's there. Army Cycling Union's Ornella McGarvey Miles inside the top 5. Moves been made in the final turn. Looks like it could be Evans going from 4 to 3. Hill in there for 4. Chizzy for 2. Wheeler in 1. Allison and Kennedy. It looks like Jay Kempford is leading it out to the minute. Being chased down by the 14 of James Knowles. And the 19 of Nick Lewis. That is your 1, 2 and 3. Michael Park in that 4th spot with Craig Platt in 5. Kinsey in 6. Kempford taking it to the strike. Taking the win in the B final, 40 to 44 Caruso. 50 to 54-year-old of Caruso. Stephen Hassel leading this one out. Who's in there with him? It looks like we've got the rider out of Norwich. That is Paul Barnard. Being chased down by the 4-6-5. That is David Bishop doing for Bournemouth BMX Club. Tim Porter in there in 4. Hotshot Racing in 5 with Matt Phillips. But it's all out front with Stephen Hassel doing it for SVT Mongoose down that final straight. Going to pick up the 50 to 54-year-old Cruiser B final win. 55 plus Cruiser B final. Featherstone wins in and out of the turn we go. It looks like Brent Featherstone is the man in control at the moment. Mick Hood on that 386. He's in there as well and pushing hard in that 3rd spot. The man in 2 is the 7 plate of Pete Brown. Team 9. In and out we go. It's going to be Featherstone and Brown battling for it. Mick Hood on the outside looking and waiting for an opportunity to get by as they take it down to the line. Featherstone, Brown to the strike. Featherstone from Brown. 9 to 12-year-old Caruso, 8 finalists, here goes Dawson, your European number 7 out of the inside, looking to hold shot, as they bring it toward turn number 1. Dawson's going to lead it through, Arlo Steinmetz in 2, who's in 3, that's Rory Smart doing it for the Gosport NRT crew, got it with Bishop in there in 4, but Charlie Dawson, BMX high, looking good in towards that 2nd turn, it looks like we've got Swales in there at about 6 at the moment, check out the 33, and Arthur Mason getting busy, he's worked his way into a top 4 spot from about 6. Last turn action, oh, Steinmetz looked underneath, wasn't quite close enough, so Dawson, Steinmetz, that's going to be 1 or 2. Rory Smythe in there for 3. Right, here we go, Cruiser girls heading down the hill. I think Ailey Watson's had 3 Moto wins out of 3. So it looks like she's going to pick up the overall in this one. If she managed to make it 4 from 4. Paige Cathcart-Cunnison's had a roll round on the floor today, but it's not stopping her. She's stuck in there in about that 4th spot at the minute. Lottie McFarlane, Lucy Stevenson, Emily Grimm, Sadie McSweetie. Lottie's in there in 2. Seema in there in 3, that's Emily Grimm. Paige is in that 4th spot as they go in and out of the final turn. Watson's going to take the win and the overall in 13 to 16 girls Cruiser. 13 to 14-year-old Cruisers up on the gate for their final. 13 or 13-year-old cruisers on track. Adam Arnold picked up a win in this class at the previous national at Cardiff. He wants more of the same today. Turn number one action. Benny Marco makes his stick. Marco leads it, Arnold in two. Porto Van der Malion is in there in three. Putting the pressure on the front two race leaders. Turn two action. Marco dives underneath. Banging pose. Van der Malion's getting busy as well. Right round the outside of both of them. Malion leads it. Oh my word. Chaos down the third straight. Malion, Marco, Spence. Arnold ends up at the back of the pack. Hunter Van der Malion. Take a bow. Wow. Cruisers are goal, the 15 and 16-year-olds. Lucas Sealing, Newton Hindley looking at elbow to elbow down that third straight. One keeps it low, one starts to jump in towards the turn. Sealy just about picking up that whole shot, but Newton Hindley is absolutely all over the back of him, trying his best to get a move in that turn. Sealy starts to open the gap now. McCrum's in there in three, Smith in four, Richards in five, Walford in there in six. But Sealy starts to walk away with it. He's going to take the win. Hindley ate everything he had in two, McCrum in three. Seventeen and 29-year-old cruisers all go. It's getting all sorts of busy down the first straight. Luca Manzi almost exited right, but it is going to be Brooks into the turn. Alex Brooks, your European number two, currently going 1 and 2 with Josh Gates. Doing it for Breakthrough BMX, the two fast signatures boys are going through in 3 and 4. That's going to be Palmer and Moss Watson's in 5. But Alex Brooks out front. Kate on the inside. Oh my word! Kate sticks it under, returns the favour. Fast signatures take advantage. Palmer, Moss, Watson, 1, 2 and 3.
Don't listen.
Wee-wah, woo-wah. Right, 17 to 29, cruisers the final, the girls are goal, Lily Chasiwa goes to McFalls right in there as well. Amy Willis doing it for Retro Racing, just starting to get pushed back that little bit, but Chasiwa picking up the whole shot. Out there in front looking for another win. She's starting to extend her lead now. Hannah Drew in there in 2, Chelsea McFall in 3, Yeska Hemstock trying to go underneath in the turn. Easy hurry wide on the outside, and Yamata Alonso in there as well, and Trinity Camp pushing hard, but it's going to be Lily Chaziwa, Mabel factory team on the home track taking the win, and the Mabel fans go wild. 30 to 39-year-old cruisers heading down the hill. Hudson's in there. And going towards turn number 1, Lillingston on the inside. Lillingston in there, picking up the whole shot. Mitchell Smith working his way in as well. Where is Martin Smiley Brown? He's not that far out of it either. Hudson in that second spot. In and out we go. Smiley in 4, looking for the 3, trying to work his way around the outside. Lillingston still holding on to it. It's going to be Lillingston, Hudson, Smith, unless Smiley gets him on the line. He goes the goal. 30 plus women's cruiser lining up. Final 17 in to go, the 30 plus women's cruiser heading for turn number 1. It's going to be the 3 of Becca Goal out of Absolute Bicycle Motocross, leading it into the turn and over the whole shot line. Where is your world number 6, Anita Wong? She's in that 2 spot doing it for DC Cycles, and the 3 looks like Rowan Beckett out of Birmingham and Smiley's Fly Club. Team Bunny's in there and 4 with Marsha Brooks. She's absolutely flying this weekend. Liam Eden in there in 5. Magic Manda in 6. Islet 7 and Sitch in 8. But it's going to be Rebecca Goal through the final straight, picking up another national win. Goal, Wong, Beckett, 1, 2, 3. Pressure on. Look at the line for 4. Liam Eden nicks it at the stripe. 40 to 44 cruiser, let's have a look, heading down the hill, Kieran McAvoy, he's already got the title wrapped up, he wants a perfect season, I don't think he's dropped a lap all year long, in and out the turn we go, because there's one guy you can get next to and try and make a move, it is Mr. Pie and Pine, Chris Evans, Dylan Dixon in there in 3, Eaton in 4, Tom Stretton on his home track in there in 5, Harry's in 6, but it is coming out of the final turn. Kieran McAvoy, aka Larry Nobles, crossing the line, taking the win, rider down on the final straight. It was Rob Harris. 45-49-year-old Bruisers hit the track. Norbert Marco with a blinding start with his DJ Too Good. He's on the outside looking in as things stand. Works his way into 3. Marco, Trinkard, Too Good. 1, 2, 3. Tony LeBras is in there in 4. Going through with his club mate. Big Nine Smith in 5. Look at this for a scrap up front. Oh, Matthew Trinkard. Whoa, looked underneath, tried to make it happen. Oh, he's going for it again in the final turn. Too Good hits the deck. Marco Trinkard. LeBras tie on the line with Big Nine Smith. I think Big Nine just nicked the podium. DJ Too Good picks his golf up off the floor. 50 to 54, Cruiser, Hilly, Butler, Reedy, 1, 2 and 3, Daz O'Brien getting involved as well. Into the turn we go. Hilly with the whole shot. Heading down the second straight. Like he's not missed a beat since he went pro in about 1990, whatever it was. 6 maybe. Out in front, Kevin Bacon in there in 2. Reedy in 3. Martin Oggy Ogden in there in 4, but Hilly takes his bazillionth national win. Wow, wow, wow. 55 plus Bruisers are waging war on their 24. Stu Campbell shot out of the cannon, looking like he's going to hold shot into the turn. Campbell, Bentley, Madron, 1, 2, 3, Drews in there for 4 as they bring it through the second straight. Campbell has got it all to do out front, absolutely flying. They're all tracking him down, but I don't think anyone is going to get close enough. Been dominant all day long. Astar Racing looking good. Campbell out front, in and out of the final turn and down the last straight. Campbell, Bentley, Madron, Drew, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's going to get the podium? Looks like that is Steve Notman. Right, on to a few more B finals, starting with a 7-year-old. Dempsey, Rice, Lockwood, Oglesby, Fox, Isaac, Buck and Finley Jones are all in there as well. Alejandro's had the move put on it now, and the young man heading towards the turn is Reggie Rice. He's leading it out. Rice in 1, the 267 of Isaac Buck in there in 2. Alejandro in 3, Leon Sakina in 4. Patrick Dempsey rounding out the 5 as they go in and out the final turn. Reggie Rice still hanging on. Heading down towards the line, Reggie Rice is going to pick up the B-final win. William Becker just absolutely sent that first, chasing down Louis Jamira out of the Rab Racing crew, but your race leader got to be Alexander French. Heck, the BMX Club, Jamira doing all he can to close the gap. Becky's under pressure, Benji Ross Foster in there in 4, Potatoes in 5, heading for that final corner. It's all about French at the moment, looking to pick up this 8-year-old B final win. French, Jamira, that's going to be a 1 and 2. Looks like Benji Ross Foster's going to round out them podium spots. Right, here we go, the Daniel Pleasance, Ford, Fishwick, Shearer, Waddell and Taylor. And it looks like the man out in front is Ruari Kentford. In there in 1, the 3-3-4, going through in 2 is Charlie Cross, the yard of Tiverton. Arlo Payne's in there in 3, Rudy Pleasant's 4 in 4. In and out the final turn we go. It's going to be Penford of Knightswood taking it to the stride. Crossley and Payne for the 2 and the 3. 9-year-old girls on track for their B-final. Got to deal with the BMX Club sprayer. Tripsley on the 937 plate. The top 3 spots are to be MCR Ability K on the 984 with the Bradford Bandits in there as well. That is Skyside and Wells rounding out them top 5 spots. We'll look to off the underneath of Lottie Arnold out of TNT, but Arnold hangs on to a top 4 spot at the moment. But Isabella Henry, Hackney BMX Club absolutely charging through the final straight. Henry in there for 1, Critchley for 2K. In there in 3 with Arnold in 4. Right after Nathan there as well, somewhere about 4th at the minute. LCC are coming, and that is Oakley Hill in that second spot. A good run over the Hawkshire's Scott Dick in there in 3 with Joe Pritchard in 4. Bristol Jets have got their rider in 5. That's going to be Felix Sakina on the change in the last straight. Who's going to get it down towards the line? Oakley Hill steals it away. Steals the win in the B-final. Yes, it is Charlie Garcia, the British champion, BMX Hype. Kick the ball, 2 riders down, 3 riders down on the second straight. All riders straight back up to the feet, trying to grab the bike. But it is the cruiser winner, the 12-year-olds. Currently leading this 11-year-old boys B-final. In and out of that final corner, dousing the British champion, Charlie Sheriff, on his home track. In there in 2, his clubmate, Seb Staines. In there in 4, I think that might have been both of them chapters first ever B-final. Teddy Jones, Ronnie Wood, Murray Watson, Freddie Ray Orland, Sebastian Hewitt, Edward Cordery, Hugo Dayton and Kylan Gordon. This one absolutely sacked. Looks like Jones is the man out front and in control as they come out of turn number 1. Ronnie Wood's in the middle of the pack there, in there in 2. Just getting passed by the rider from the Evolve Collective, Freddie Ray Orland. Oh, Dayton's tried to go on the inside, couldn't make it stick, caused the traffic jam behind. That allows Ronnie Wood to settle into that 3rd spot. Cordery in there in 4. Meanwhile, Orland's dived underneath Jones in the final straight. Orland's going to take it away. Orland, Jones, Wood, 1, 2 and 3. 12-year-old girls on Wood. April Wood on track. Good to see her racing after a crash earlier on. She's in there at about 5 or 6 at the moment, but it is all about Rachel Pritchard leading the pack at the moment, doing it for the Hawks. The 25 is Darcy Payne, out of Dragon Riders in there in 2, Jamie Puddock, Spencer Enrage's team in there in 3, that's Wood in 4, 2 good in 5. Last turn action, in and out they go, it is going to be Pritchard doing it for Hazel. He's going to pick up that B-final win. B-final for the 13-year-old boys, Bell, Mullen, Swales, Parsons, Challenger, Murphy, Isaac Smith and Lucas Belton. Out in front, leading this B-final 3, Archie Bell in there in that second spot, the 21, getting involved as well. That belongs to Emil Challenger. Isaac the Sender Smith back there in 5 in a minute. There might be a chance to make a move in the final corner. In and out we go. Mullen's going to take it to the line. Mullen, Bell, 1, 2, Belton final. Let's hope that they are okay. We are taking a look at your race leader. European number 4, European number 8. In that order, it is Iris Hyder, Poppy May Kirby. The 21 plate in there in 3 is going to be Amelia Martin out of the Irish contingent, but she's under pressure now from Lily May Gould out of Russian Racing. Gould right down the outside, makes that one stick. Goes from 4 to 3 down the final straight. Here comes the pressure on Martin. Martin looking like she's just about going to hang on to 4. The DC cycle rider in 5 was. All right, Grand Vex, here we go, the B-final, Waddington and Fitzroy Bryce are the first ones out. The Warlock, wow, it looks like somebody's stolen his kebab because he's chasing him into turn number 1. Fitzroy Bryce in 1, Neil Stewart in there in 2. Who's the rider in there in 3? It looks like Chris Taylor from the Royal Air Force. Waddington's been shuffled back into 4. Ian Milne in there in 5, Dave Knowles in 6. But it's Fitzroy Bryce. Checking out, in and out that final corner we go. Warlock, is he going to get a full lap done this time around? Is he going to take it to the line? Get on the podium, come on Warlock! Yeah! For the B-final. Josh Jepson in there in about 3, chasing by Charlie Wilcox in 2, but it's Mark Sorzilo. They're in a 1 spot, leading them through. In their full stealth mode in that old black kit. Heading in towards that final turn, the 20 plate in there as well. That's Sully Collis. Inside the top horse, chasing Jackson on the final Straight as they bring it down to the wire towards Idlo, Wilcox, Jepson 1, 2, 3.
Talking with Cyrus, Allegra True, Sophia Miranda, Amara Fife and Imogen Kennedy coming in and out of that first turn. And the rider out in front of them, it looks like Venus Clara Salmon out in front and looking good. Amara Fife in there as well. BMX in there in two, that is Lily Yerbury. But it's Clara Salmon who's leading it through right now, bringing it towards the line and taking the win.
15-year-olds on track for their B final. In and out of turn number 1, Newton Hindley. A Raintree rider, that is Max Lawrence, putting the pressure on Hindley into turn number 2. Getty's in there in 3. He's making moves, shuffles his way up to a top 5 spot. Just in front of Henry Shenton. Last turn action. It's all going on. Hindley works his way back into that one spot. Getty's battling to the line with Bailey. That one was busy across the stripe. He's in there for 5.
16-year-olds, Turblanche, Dunkley, Bradford, Price, Sheer, Mehar, Whittleton and Kirby all in this one, and it is David operating Mehar from the Irish collective. In there in one at the moment, being chased down by Alex Dunkley. In there in two, Dunkley doing it free ball. Has he got time to make the move? He hasn't. They are stacking up behind the Irish riders. They come to the line. But David operating Mehar
Dropping the stripe and taking the win. 17th back on the exit of that first corner. Going to 1 and 2 with the Lewis Cook at the moment. It seems like John O'Harrigan doing it for all of the single ladies out there. And then Evolution in there inside the top 3. Jack Touchin. Bluetooth back wheel at the moment in there in 4. Malachi O'Reilly in 5. Burgess in 6. In and out of that final turn though, Kai Blaine under pressure now from Cook as he takes it down to the stripe. Cook's going to nick it on the line.
17th, 18th, Stanley O'Brien, Lavin, Charlton and McCartney heading down the straight, and that is Rosie O'Brien out there in 1 at the moment. Doing it for BMX with photography. Smiley Maloney in there in 2. Picking up the rider in 3, who's just stolen it away. It's Bethany Coates, Annabelle Charlton rounding out the 4. Stanley in 5. Davey Lavin in there in 6, but it's going to be Rosie O'Brien to the line. Brian Coates, Maloney and Annabelle Charlton.
Penultimate B final then on track. 19 to 29-year-olds are a go. Josh Cates, after a chaotic couple of hours, leads out this final. In and out of that first corner. Who's in there with him? Looks like we have got the Halo Wheels rider on the 11. That is Josh Wallace, a mainstay in this category. Kenny Phillips, Will Good. Out of BMX High, Josh Bosby. He's not got his own shirt today, Sean's shirt. So Josh is doing that shirt wonders there. Down that final straight, but it's going to be Josh Wallace nicking that one spot from Kate on the line. Into that first corner they go. Who's leading it out? Got to be Tilly McCrum. BMX with her photography. Who's picking up the 2? That is Amy Willards out of Retro Racing. Team here in this one as well. Wesley come on round. No Harry Alexander actually, so it is going to be Willards. Being chased down by the 7X of Ella Lamb. So BMX with a photography, Retro Racing 1, 2, 3. There could BMX in there as well. Alaya Akareli on the 11X plate. That's going to be a 1, 3, 4 as they bring it through the final straight. But Willards putting the pressure on McCrum at the line. It's going to be McCrum picking up that race win.
The Sticks and Unders are bringing the thunder. The Little Rippers are absolutely on it. Let's have a look who's going to lead it into the turn. I've got a feeling it's the 198 of Milo Guerin out of decoy. He's going to pick up that whole shot. Diego Quixada in there doing it for the Irish collective in about 3 at the moment. So this young man pushing very, very hard. Milo's under pressure from Ellis Dowsing. Look at him, elbow to the second turn. Who's going to get the line? Ellis just about closing the door on Milo. Diego's in there in 3. Bradford's Edward Morley is rounding out the 4, but he's under pressure from now Fallon. But it's going to be Ellis bringing it to the line. Ellis Dowsing to the strike. Takes the win from Milo Guerin. Diego Quijada for the 3.
Here comes
It's go, go, go for the 6 and under girls. The pedaling princesses are absolutely on it down that straight. Who's going to be the first into the turn? I've got to sneak into Spicken, but it's a rider out of Derby, and there's two of them, and it's Sophie Thorpe in and out of the turn, leading it through in front of the home crowd on her home track. They'll go absolutely bananas if she takes the overall win. Being chased down by Ava Tal in that second spot. Gibson's in there four. The rider in 3 is Grace Snell doing it for Fluent. The 004, that belongs to Aria Bartlett. Last turn action. Thorpe and Tal to the line. Who's going to get it in the strike? It is Sophie Thorpe from Derby BMX Club.
7-year-olds are lining up on the start for their A final. We've got Alfie Baglin. 7-year-old boys on go. Ruben McAllister out of lane number 1. The Sunny Nutty crew heading for that first corner. Who's there with him? Gonna be a British champion, Jack Bird. Into the first turn they go. McAllister, Bird, Barron, 1, 2, 3. Where's Freddie Mitchell? He's rounding out the top 4 spots. Preston Poet's got a runner in there as well. That's Owen Winter on the 4, 5, 6. But check out Ruben McAllister looking to pick up his second national win in 3 races. Out front looking good, last turn action. Here comes the pressure from Bird. Can he make it stick? It's going to be Ruben McAllister returning the mark. Who's in there for the 2? Bird, Barron. That's how they're going to bring it across the stride. 7-year-old. The 7-year-old girls are on track. Final number 44. Alice Laurie out of lane number 1, but Peony 4. Absolutely charging for that first corner. Check out Noah Curdo around the outside. Gonna make it stick. Persia race leader for Retro Racing. Peony 4, your British champion. Right there behind her in the 2 spot. Who's picking up 3 and 4? Gotta be Alice Laurie and Amaria Gibson. Heading towards turn number 2. Peony 4's got back round the outside. Of Kerr. Kerr shuffled back to 2. Alice Laurie wants a piece of the top 2 pie as he head for the final corner. She's looking to do it the hard way. Round the outside of Kerr. Last turn action. Highlight from Laurie. Last straight is going to be a British champion picking up the win. Peony Ford. I'm here in 1. Noah Kerr. Alice Laurie for the 3. Right.
8-year-old boys are go. The final Bromelo's got an absolute flyer as Ruben Lamb and Shelby Yates. They are 1, 2 and 3. Heading towards the turn. Lamb, sadly sounds he's had all kinds of problems. I don't know what's going on there. Still, meanwhile, Ruben Lamb, Merseyside BMX Club, he's leading it into this second corner, and the only rider near him who's got a chance of catching is Shelby Yates. He's got more YouTube subscribers than you. He's in there in that second spot. Bromelo in 3, Captains in 4, Tomlinson in 5. As they go down the final straight, Ruben Lamb of Merseyside BMX Club takes it to the line. Shelby for 2, Charlie for 3. For the 8-year-old girls, all points counting towards the overall. Sophia Reed going across from the outside, and Erin Doney doing it for Chesterfield BMX Club, rocking that 80s style kit that we absolutely love up here. She's in there in 2. Ada Porter out of Burnham on that 574. Elsie McAvoy out of Derby. Elsie Hopkins out of Burnham. Ada Warner for TNT in there in 3. But the rider leading it out is Sophia Reed, Stoney, Warner, 1, 2 and 3. Ada Porter in there in 4. And the 2 Elsies chasing down as well as they go into the final corner. Reezy's bringing it to the line. Tony's having a good go though. Is she going to catch her at the line? I don't think she is. Reed, Tony Warner, 1, 2 and 3. 9-year-old boys on go. Joey Claydon repping the JD33, heading for the first corner. Where's Logan Asito? He's getting swallowed up in all of the chaos of the first straight. Claydon leads it. Who's there with him? Teddy Gorman's picking up about 3 at the moment. He's chasing down the Cardiff rider, Oliver Pritchard. Gorman's made his stick from 3 to 2. He's chaos down the second straight. Asito rather fast hit the deck, but out front, he's repping the essence of Loris Doherty in and out of that final corner. Claydon under pressure from Gordon. Gorman's not done yet. Can he make it happen? Claydon, Gorman, Pritchard, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for Logan. Final number 48, the 9-year-old girls hit the track, and it's looking like it's going to be the E7 and the E8 on the inside. Tilly Hewitt, Pro Star BMX, check her out. Whole shotting into the first corner. A little tricolor Jewish right there behind her as the E7 picks up the 3. That is Maggie Devine. Where's Abigail Hemming? She's in there in 4. Looking to pick up the top 3 spot, but she's been shuffled back herself. Look at the British champion. Mabel Pine on an absolute blinding second string. Dewey's Pine, 1, 2, 3. Hemmings worked her way into 4. Devine shuffle back to 5. Last straight action. Hewitt looking like she's going to rack up this win. Dewey's under pressure at the stride. Pine for 3. Right, here we go. 10-year-old boys, this is going to be an absolute banger of a final. The E1, Henry Sullivan's got a flyer of a star, but Vitals is right there with him as well as they head towards the turn. Who's on the inside? Whole shot going to Henry Sullivan. Where is Antek Perevny in there in that 3rd spot right now, chasing as hard as he possibly can. We've lost 2 riders, I think, going down that second straight. Sullivan still in control. Alfie Bond trying to get involved as well. Sullivan, Bittle, Perevny's lining it up for a sweep in that final turn. Guides underneath, can he catch Bittle down that final straight? Sullivan's under pressure now as well as they get to the line. Who's going to get it? Oh! Sullivan from Perevny by an absolute smidge. Girls on go, 10-year-olds heading down the hill. Gibson on the inside, Ella Grant's in there as well. And Alton Moore. Looks like the whole shot's about to change though, because in and out of the turn we go. Who's got it? That looks like an absolute bicycle motocross fit. Ella Grant in control. Gibson in 2, Moore in 3, Latch in 4. Fluent bicycle motocross going through in 5. That's going to be Lawrence Snell. But as they go in and out of the turn and head down towards the line, Ella Grant, absolute bicycle motocross, taking the win from Gibson and Moore. 11-year-old boys up on the gate before their final. Let's get you introduced. We've got Ollie Bird. We are on track with the 11-year-old boys. Check out Jack Belton on the outside after what can only be classed as a major injury at the start of the year. He's managed to stick it in his first A final on his return to racing, and he's already onto a podium spot, putting pressure on last year's world finalist Tom Giles. But Ada Baptiste, can anyone catch? Oh! Belton is the dead. Chaos in turn 2, Baptiste, Giles, Hayes, 1, 2, 3, Kucharic's in there in 4, but Ada Baptiste, what a lap that is! Domination from start to finish.
Final number 52 is on track. 11-year-old girls are a go. Check out the rider out of Fluid Bicycle Motocross. Molly Tomlinson with a blinded star. But it was Holly Bishop that went airborne down the first straight. And she's managed to pick up the whole shot and leads the race. Bishop, Tomlinson 1 and 2. Where is Arabella Denton? She's in there in 3. Looking at the inside for a piece of the top 2-5. The 6th grade is River Henderson in there in 4. It looks like Geddes is in there in 5. Gotta be Rowlands in 6, Malloy 7. And Morgan in 8. But Holly Bishop down this final straight, your European number 8. Gonna pick up the win. Tomlinson, Denton 2 and 3.
12-year-old boys, this class is absolutely stacked. Look at these riders heading down the hill. Finley Monroe, Connor Hemphill, absolutely at each other's throats going down that first straight, and Hemphill has picked up the whole shot. So, Salted Race Gear leading it out from Allen'sBMX.com. They are going 1 and 2 at the moment. He's got that third spot. We are looking at the rider out of Exeter, that is Isaac Moore. Now we know that Finn has got some skills. Can he pick off Connor Hemphill in that final turn? Hemphill makes the bike as wide as possible. Drag race down the final straight. Here comes Finn Monroe. Is he going to get him on the line? Yes, he is. Connor Hemphill had it all his own way till 3 meters before the line. The girls are gold. Trace and Hudak right there on the inside frame on Forte. Getting right in the mix as they head towards turn number 1 for Salted Race Gear. But it is Grace Hudak leading it out. She's got pressure coming from Trixie Trace, and Trixie's made the move and stolen the lead away. Fluid Bicycle Moto got Amelia Rowe in there in 3. Graham on 4. In 4 is the Underhill in 5. That is the Underhill, I think, in there as well. But as they come down the straight, Trixie Trace to the line. Grace Hudak, Amelia Rowe, that's your 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't like to say you got the 4.
Here we go with the 13-year-old boys. Bibby's had a blinded start. Rock's right there with him. Where's Rowlands? He's in there at about 3, heading in towards turn number 1. Bibby looking to bear. Rowlands looks underneath. That one got tight, so it's Bibby. Rowlands rough. 1, 2, 3. The line's in there in 4. That's going to be Emily in there in 5. So it's 3 Mabel guys going 2, 4 and 5. But everyone's chasing James Bibby, your national champion. Rowlands into the final corner. Wasn't quite close enough. James Bibby, ProStar BMX, gonna pick up his win on day number 1 here at Derby.
First whole shot award, James Bibby.
First whole shot award, James Bibby, as the 13-year-old girls. 13-year-old girls are on track. Where is Freya Harris out of lane number 1? Airborne through the first straight. She's got a whole shot into that first corner. Harris leads it out. Who's there with her? That's got to be Astor Racing picking it up. Samaya Hughes, Mara McCarran looking to stick it on a podium for Radco Racing on her home track here at Derby. She's on the inside into turn number 2. She's going to make it stick. Look at the high low. Gotta be Bronte Bishop, goes from about 4 to 2 in 1 move. Teeing it up perfectly. Freya Harris, Bronte Bishop, Maura McCarran, 1, 2, 3. Gonna be the 10 of Millie Ross in there for 4.
All right. Don't sweat, because here come the vet, Killian Oggy. Absolutely going for it down the straight towards turn number 1. Who's going to be the first into the turn? Alan Hill got a little bit sketchy out of control, but managed to hold on to. I've never said that about Alan Hill ever. Martin Ogden in there in 2. Christus Chalkos in 3. Stu Little battling with Brett Knight for the 4. But in and out of the turn we go. Hilly is Brazilian and 1 win in the National Series. His trophy cabinet takes up half a house in his state. He takes it to the line. Hilly, Oggy, Chalkov, Brett Knight, Steve Little, 135.
Bets up on the gate already. Bets on track, check out Livingston out of lane number one, headed for turn number one. Breach is getting all sorts of sideways through that first straight, and he's worked his way up to about five. It's gonna be Livingston, boom, boom, booty. 1, 2, 3, more is in there in four. Turn two action, Livingston still leads it. He looks like he's having a good old chuckle to himself at the front of the pack. And boom, boom got enough left for him into the final corner. Livingston, boom, boom, booty. That's your 1, 2, 3. Is that how they're going to bring it across the line? Yes, it is. John Livingston, your bet's a winner.
Moving on to the Masters. The Masters are go. Look at him absolutely fly down the straight. Hudson and Lucas into the turn. He's going to be the first. Lucas, diving underneath Von Palmer. What a sweep on Connor Hudson to take that second place away. Here comes Sean Iffy, working his way through from 4. Born in 5, Green in there as well, taking it down to the final corner. Billy Lucas stays strong, national champion, sleeve on the jersey, taking the Masters win. Tom Palmer, Hudson and Iffy.
Can we please get 3 1/3 to the final 60 on track. Check out Harry Donald on the inside, heading for that first corner. But Freddie Parkinson, someone's put 50p in the meter this weekend because he's absolutely on fire. Parkinson, McNulty, Elsie's in there in 3. Miller's back there in about 5, chasing down Donald in 4. As he breaks, JP's down with the Joe Douglas. Huge crash. It's all about Freddie Parkinson at the moment. Down the final straight, can McNulty catch him to the wire? Parkinson's going to hang on. His first national win in a long time, but that was very, very well deserved. There's a bucket load of ODI goodies all for grabs in this final. Check out Warren, she's come from lane number 8, looking to stick it round the outside of Warren. She's made it happen. Cha-ching, it is Ruby Warren picking up the ODI whole shot. Ward's in there in that 2 spot. Who's picking up 3? Looks like that could be Holly Diver. Giving it for the Titans. Jones is in there in 4. Molly, Fumi, Carol in 5. Direct in 6. Gerard in 7 and Martin in 8. Last turn action. It's looking up for Pure Bicycles. Ruby Warren at the moment, but Esme Ward is not done yet. Keeping the pressure on. Warren, Ward, that's your 1 and 2.
$50-year-old boys, absolute mayhem in this class. And look who's coming across. Oh, Keith Osborne hold on to it. I have no idea how. Meanwhile, Toby Rayford picking up the whole shot. Where is Evan Bartley? In there in about 4th or 5th right now. But it's Rayford leading it into the turn from Lynch. Rayford, Lynch, Guppy, Hamilton, Bartley, Osborne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Spear up in 7. Elvis Lawrence in 8. But stay strong, taking it to the line. Rayford from Lynch. Guppy in 3. Hamilton in 4. Bill Girls leaving the hill, heading down towards turn number 1, and it looks like Pro Starter heading for that first turn first. It is Emily Eaton, in and out of the turn we go. That looks like Ella Blue Gidley in there in 2, doing it for SVP Mongoose. But they're all chasing Emily Eaton at Pro Star. She's got 10 bike lengths now as they go in and out of the turn. Eaton, Chidley, 1 and 2. Sidoni Cleavy's in there in 3. That's Jalaya Patel. Oh! Move being made in the final corner. Chidley getting swallowed up by the pack as they go towards the line. That's how soon it can change. Wow.
Final 64, the 16-year-old boys are on track. Two-round racing riders headed for the turn. Sealy, Jamira, Bradley James on the inside, gonna make that one stick. Goes into that two spot. Jamira's not done yet, then he's coming back at him through that second straight and into bringing it towards the second corner. It is, Bradley James on the inside, tried to thread the needle. Couldn't quite get close enough. Last turn action. Jamira looking to go around the, the front wheel just couldn't keep it up straight. Sealy, James, Whistle, Jamira picks himself up. Ladies and gentlemen, there's never been a rider that leaves all out on the track as much as Elijah. Put your hands together for him. 16-year-old girls are on track. Atana Price out of the inside, looking to put the pressure on through the first straight, but it's Watson and Brown into the turn. Brown leads it, Watson into Virgin there in three. Where is Price? She's back there with about 5 minutes, banging it out with Ruby Watford for a top 4 spot. Berg trying to chase Watson into turn number 2, but Lottie Brown, your national champion from 2025, has absolutely blown away with this final. No one's going to catch her at that distance. Brown, Watson, 2 riders down in the final corner. Price in there for 3, under pressure from Berg at the line. Price hangs on. The 2 fallen riders, Ruby Walford, Eliza French. French is up to her feet. Put your hands together for Eliza, ladies and gents. Go time in the 17 and 18-year-old boys. Let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3 absolute bicycle motocross riders in this final. In and out of the turn we go, and I've got a feeling it was Henry that picked up the whole shot. He's in there in one at the moment. Nathan Baratta trying to thread the needle right there in the middle of the pack. Where is Eli Smith? He's on the outside looking in. Oh my word, how many riders into one corner at the same time? But Henry, he's going to take it. Is it Amos? Sorry. Do apologise. Too many riders in the same kit. Whatever, one of the absolute guys got. Girls, 17 to 18-year-olds, Amelia Everly on her home track here in Derby. Is there going to be anybody who can get nearer around this first turn? The only person close right now is Sabina Ashford, doing it for Rusty Nut Racing. But Amelia, the real deal, Emily, out there in front. Ashford, Elwood, Brooke, Kyneston, that's your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Into the final turn we go. It is going to be Amelia Everly winning in front of the home fans here in Derby. Elwood, Ashford, 2 and 3, Esme Brooke for 4. Hold on to your hands, people, we're about to get busy. Bradshaw leads it down the first straight. Strickland, Peterkin into turn number 1. Where is Alex Brooks? He's in there in 3. He threaded the needle in turn number 1. For Tyrese Bradshaw, your British champion of Formula 1 finalist, leads it out. Strickland's in there in that 2 spot. Brooks in 3. Peterkin's in 4. K's in there in 5. That's going to be Acarani in 6. In and out of the final corner. Tyrese Bradshaw, smooth as you like, picks up the win. Strickland Brooks 2 and 3. Girls are go. 19 to 29-year-old female heading down towards turn number 1. Emily Green's got an absolute flyer. Annabelle Townsend right down there with her as they go into turn number 1, but it's Green picking up the whole shot. Green Machine Tribe is the team. Townsend chasing her down. That is Hannah Drew in there in 3. Megan Kirby getting involved as well as they go in and out of the turn, and there's been a change at the front.
because Annabelle Townsend, World Championship finalist in Brisbane, is going to take the win from Emily Green. Planetary for 3. Lucy Munday. Junior Open, there's £100 for the first rider across that whole shot line. Kai Bowen looking good for it right now. Bowen picking up the whole shot, elbows flying behind. He got all kinds of crazy as Pete Thomas and Noah Everly got their elbows together in that first turn. Ben Larkins in there in 4, Sean Brown in 5. In and out the final turn, stay strong. Kai Bowen, £100 Richter on the whole shot award, taking that win. Emily for 2, Heath Thomas for 3.
Championship women is a go, heading down the hill and through the first straight. Freya, the Slayer, made a world pride team heading in towards our first turn. Chalice leads it. Moto wanna go in 2 and 3 with Gaynor and Roy. Where's Lily Chisholm? She's in there at about 4. Looking on the inside of Roy. She's made it stick pop, but just back here with 5. Makes a move and turn of it. Oh! Absolute chaos! Someone took the pin out of the grenade and crazy threw it into turn 2 for your junior women world champion. Was not phased. Freya Chalice, Tia Gaynor, Megan Roy. Put your hands together for Annalise Cadman-Carpenter, Elizabeth Bound and Lily Chisholm. The final of the round. Oh, Michael's on track. Ben Cornish hits the deck. That puts George into the back of the pack into turn number 1. David Grinnell absolutely flying. George Hunt bringing under in turn number 1, works his way to 3. Grinnell, Russell, Hunt, 1, 2, 3, O'Gorman's in there with 4, Hills in there with 5. For the battle is our fun. Look at George Hunt in the final turn. In and out we go, BMX winner photography, Jimmy Grinnell picks up the win. George Hunt, Callum Bradley Russell 2 and 3. Ben Cornish, Gabe Simpson, Xander Magalwani Wright, all 3 gents went down.
Alright folks, racing is done. We are back in the morning wherever you are heading back to, hotel or camping wise. Have a safe evening. Look after yourselves, guys. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for more BMX racing action.